My name is Lauren Maven and I am running for freshman class president. Harold S. Janine says leadership is practiced not so much in words as in attitude and actions. This school year, I have participated in many clubs and activities. I am vice president of the National Junior Honor Society, and I am also a member at large in Student Council. I have also been a mentor, tutor, and active leader in FCA, a member of Math Counts, Battle of the Books, the Honors Language Arts Committee, and Science Olympiad. I was also a member of both the track and cross country teams. On top of all that, I am in both honors and have kept straight A's. In the past year, I have spoken to the Board of Commissioners twice concerning the community. This year, I have also been willing to step up and help teachers, staff members, or students almost every time they have asked me. I face challenges head-on, so go ahead and bring them. My determination is summed up in this quote by Bill Cosby. In order to succeed, your desire for success should be greater than your fear of failure. Therefore, I always have success where I have no fear of failure. As freshman class president, I will not make promises I can't keep, and I put my heart and soul into everything I do, so I won't let you down. I have a go-getter attitude, so you can count on action taking place if I have anything to do with it. I have been in the majority of the fundraisers at the school, and I have had to work with adults and peers, so my team working skills and experience will make it easier for me to do things. Another thing that will help me is I have been to several National Young Leaders camps, and I'm going to another one this summer. Therefore, my skills to be the best leader I can possibly be will be very sharp. The last major skill I have to offer is the fact that I will enjoy myself if I am president, for my favorite thing to do is to get things done. Thank you for your time, and remember, vote for the one who gets things done, Lauren Maven.
Hey, my name's Abby Nelson, just in case you didn't know, and I'm running for vice president. Now, you may wonder why in the world would I vote for this girl? Well, I can answer your questions and give you reasons why you should vote for me. I also want to wish my fellow competitors, John B., good luck and that she does her best. For one, did you know research shows that student council can improve academic standards and reduce the dropout rates? Each day in the United States, about 8,300 high school students drop out. I'm here to try and make as big of an impact as I can. My goal in life is to help as many people towards success as possible. Nobody should fail. Another point I'm going to make now is that I'm in the school system. I'm part of National Junior Honor Society, and I've done several things for them. Also, for 2 years, I've been in student council, actively participating. I've sold things, done my own toy collection for kids who don't get Christmas, and as of now, I'm choreographing partly the student council dance for the talent show. Okay, for my last point, I try to be a model student. The words that my teachers used to describe me were diligent, a leader, and conscientious. And there were some more too. My main point is that you don't have to worry about my academics. Well, to sum it all up, I'm a servant for you. You're the mind, and I'm the voice to speak for you. It would honor me to be your upcoming vice president and helper. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Johnny Patel. So let me say one thing. Student body government is a DC comic. You know, Batman, Nightwing, and Superman. Batman's role is to protect Gotham City. In this case, it would be to express your ideas throughout East, which, if you haven't figured out by now, Batman will be the future president. Well, Nightwing would be the sidekick. FYI, I'm the sidekick. So what does the sidekick do in the student government? Well, the sidekick expresses your ideas to have carried out throughout school. Think me as a backup Batman. He or she can't think of ideas, can't attend the meetings. I would be the one to step in and help. Now, why would you choose me for the sidekick? As you can tell, the job of sidekick is not as important as the president's, but it is work. I am creative, responsible, and a good choice for this position. I would like to hear your ideas and have them put into action. You might also have so many ideas for Batman to hear, but the president could be busy, so I will listen and help you get your ideas through. I hope you are excited for this fresh start at East, because with the right people in position, even the sidekick can be the hero. I am Jami Patel, and I am running for vice president.
I'm Becca, and I'm running for secretary. I feel I'm good for this position because I'm neat and organized. I'm a good listener, and I feel that's great if you're running for secretary. Well, I'm responsible, and I keep track of all my work at school. Another thing is that I believe I can do anything I set my mind to, and I believe I can do this with just a little bit of your help. I've been working hard this year to do something great and get a better opportunity. So you should probably vote for me, because this would be a great opportunity for me. I hope you do vote for me, and have a great day.
In addition to the speeches, we're going to have a discussion about some of the encounters you will face next year as being a class officer. And I'm here with John V. Patel, Rebecca Lanning, Abby Nelson and Lauren Mabin. The first question that I'm posing is, what difficulties do you think you may face next year being a class officer?
I know one difficulty that I faced this year was last minute project being thrown at me. But every time a last minute project was thrown, like with a fundraiser or whatever, it always worked out in the end. So if I can keep myself calm, which I have worked on a lot, it should all work out in the end.
Also, I think people coming to us with problems that they might face, that they don't feel exactly comfortable talking to an adult about, they might come to officers or somebody that they trust who's higher in this, or not higher, but who's in the school system who works for the students. I think that might be difficult depending on what the situation is, but as long as you just use your knowledge to try and help them in the best way possible, you can work it out.
I think the only difficulty I'm going to have is trying to get everything prepared on time. But I'm pretty good with that already. I just probably need to work on it a little over the summer.
As Abby was saying, I was thinking about issues that need to be debated because we want both sides to have some of what they want, so we might have to even compromise.
Okay, good answers. Other situations that you face, I know this year we proposed having a pledge where students in the school signed a pledge saying that they would not use the R word, and other students found that, you know, even students who signed the pledge were going against what they had chosen to do. So when you encounter students making a pledge about something and a commitment, but falling back on that commitment, how do you handle that with your peers?
Well, I know I have a couple friends that have gone back on the word a couple times just because in the past they were used to using it carelessly, and so they accidentally fall back on it. And one of my friends I know, I'm not going to mention any names, she says it quite a bit, but I just tell her that I try to explain to her how that could be offensive to other kids who might actually have that mental incapability, and she tries to understand, and she tries to actually follow her pledge, and just handling it in a way that you look from different perspectives might help.
If I ever heard like a student say the R word, I would approach them and I would ask them why they think it would be okay to use that word if they signed the pledge. Like I would do it in a respectful way and in a way that they wouldn't get offensive. But I would show them examples of how it would hurt kids and like with the suicide and stuff just by hearing that word.
I think the word's like very offensive to some people and not as much as offensive to some people. And people need to kind of acknowledge that you don't need to put people down with that word. And I tell my peers and stuff, if they accidentally say it, I'm not mean about it. I just kind of draw them in the other direction to not use that word.
Well, mental disabilities is not the only people with mental disabilities are not the only people that can get offended. They could count as like mental disorders or their parents or their family or anyone, because they just don't feel good about that afterwards. So I would basically tell them not to use it, because I would ask them to put themselves in their shoes and how it will affect people around them.
Okay, great answers. That can be a very sensitive issue, and I think that you're all going about it with the right attitude. The last question is, sometimes students will ask for outlandish things, such as, let's get a Starbucks bar in our cafeteria for lunchtime. How do you handle requests like that, knowing these students really want these things to happen and they're looking to class officers and student council members to provide those, but we also know some requests aren't able to really happen in a school setting. So how would you encounter a request such as Starbucks in the cafeteria during lunch?
I have had several requests that I have had to deny, and I just explained to them that it's not necessarily the school that doesn't want it, but you have to go through the government, and like the county government, and then you have the state government, and
so on and so forth. But they make these rules and regulations, and I try to explain to them that there's always a reason behind the rule. And like with the Starbucks, whatever, they're trying to help our health, and so that's why they don't want the Starbucks in it. I would explain to them why it couldn't be possible, or how other things that we could do to like make up for the Starbucks.
Like she's saying, we're here to get an education, and a Starbucks would be just a distraction, as like people want soda fountains and stuff. But you gotta like be realistic in a school setting. I mean, you're here to learn, get an education, and have a greater opportunity in life. And well, Starbucks isn't gonna help you really.
I wouldn't totally deny them out front. I would say everything's possible, which everything really is possible in a certain sense. But I would also explain to them the probability of the thing that they're asking for. Like, for example, the Starbucks, that would not be a very good probability because of our health, and it doesn't really contribute to the school system. So I wouldn't say no right up front, because everything there could happen, but I would say that it probably wouldn't happen, and just try to gently explain to them why it might not happen.
Well, for me, I would say, as for our school has lots of activities going on, like sports, which caffeine wouldn't be really good for sports. That's why we also don't have soda, because you're not allowed to drink soda after doing sports, because it messes with your body. And then there's basically academic grades. You have to be able to pay attention in class. You don't want to get high on caffeine. Just saying. So as for the Starbucks example, I don't think really that'll be possible, but I would try explaining, giving them reasons why exactly it won't be possible to do, and why we won't allow it.
Okay, well, again, great answers. I appreciate your participation in the elections for freshman class officers next year, and I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you.
2014 Eagles!